Hello, can you hear me? Hi, good morning, sir. Yeah, my mic stopped working yesterday. Sorry about that. Uh, no, I don't have any questions, sir. I've been trying to um just look at some of the previous codes. So yeah, that would be uh, something I would like to know as well. Um, yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's in another class, I think. She did text me that she will try to come in if she can, but I think I'm not sure. But she was saying that it might be a longer class today, so if she might be out like last 10 minutes, so she may not join. But if she can leave early, she'll try to join. Yeah.
deployed to production also directly, directly to production without any manual intervention. But people usually don't use it because production always has to be, little bit controlled, right? Manual intervention is required. But for QA stage and all, it's fine. So this is what is a pipeline is. Okay, this is what is continuous integration, continuous delivery is, right? So just because of one check-in, all these things happen. Jenkins got triggered, it built the war file, another job built the war file, another job ran the unit test cases, another job executed your automated sanity, and then another job did the deployment. Right? So these are basically will happen in the form of stages in your pipeline. Okay. So Jenkins will help for this, right? That is what it's called as a CI/CD tool. Okay. So what is pipeline? Pipeline is nothing but instead of, see, yesterday what did we do? We created our job, right? We only created our job manually. We said that take this code, do this, execute this Maven command. We created this job. Instead of that, what we can do, we can write a script. That's it. The script will create the job for us. The script itself will create the job for us, right? That is what is pipeline is. Okay. Yes. We will see that, right? So we will see that. Now see this portion, I will also try to show you. There are two options. One is Jenkins can keep on pulling your SCCM. SCCM is source code management, your Git. Okay. Jenkins can keep on pulling this SCCM. And another option is Git itself can trigger Jenkins. You just have to tell, okay, what is your Jenkins URL? What is the job name? If you tell that, then it will directly execute this. Okay. So there are two ways of triggering this pipeline. One is polling SCCM, right? This is done by Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins will keep on pulling the SCCM. Remember that. It will keep on pulling SCCM. I will show you this. Another one, your SCCM will trigger what? Your Jenkins, right? This SCCM is nothing but Git. Git will trigger your Jenkins job. Now this is what we call it as a webhooks. In the Git, we have a concept called as a webhook, where Git will itself will trigger the job. Based on the check-in, it will trigger the job. Okay, let us see both of them. Let us see both of them, right? And then there's a third option nowadays. This is the first option. This is the second option. And the third option is what these guys have done is, what these guys have done nowadays, GitHub, right? GitHub.com, your Microsoft, right? GitHub is now owned by Microsoft. They have realized it, okay, a lot of people are anyway using Jenkins for running their jobs and all. Why don't we give that option inside the Git itself, GitHub itself? Okay. So in the GitHub, one option is you can trigger the Jenkins job. Another option is there is a concept called as GitHub Actions. Okay. I'm telling you this so that you are aware of all this, right? If somebody tells what is GitHub Actions, you should not say that you don't know. So polling SCCM is Jenkins will keep on polling your Git and then check if there's any new commit. Based on that, it will trigger the job. Second one, your SCCM itself will push. SCCM itself will trigger basically the Jenkins job. Here, your Jenkins is polling. Here, your Git itself is pushing, triggering a Jenkins job. This is called as a webhook. You can do it based on the repository. For every repository, you can create a webhook. Third option and the latest option is inside the GitHub itself, you can run your jobs. Okay, so that is what is called as GitHub Actions. We will try to see this. This is a little latest one. We will try to see all of them today. Okay, very interesting. Just try to understand even if you don't get everything out of it, because these things would be usually created by your DevOps guys. Okay, so now we already spent two to three sessions on the Git. We are almost spending about 2 sessions in Jenkins, right? That itself means that we're spending a lot of time more than whatever is required for automation engineer, but it is good, really good to know. Yeah. So what I'll do now is let me create one pipeline here. Okay. Let us see all the options. Now let me see here whether we have all these things or not. If you have any doubts, please stop me. Stop and ask me. Right. Let me go to the Jenkins here. Okay. So I was just playing yesterday night. Right. So this is the Jenkins anyway. We know that. Right. So now what I'll do here, Simply let me create one pipeline. Okay, let me create one pipeline using the pipeline script. Okay, so okay, I have already created one here, right? So just let me see what is there here. There's a parameterized build. This also I'll tell you today. Okay, okay, this is what it is, right? This is what it is. Now see, let me explain you one by one, one by one. Okay, so I can even create a new one also, but I can explain you here also. Little interesting, huh? Please see this. Or let me create a new one instead of simply using it. Let me create a new one for you. So what we will do, we will create a new pipeline so that you understand from the scratch, right? So new item, I will say pipeline. See, what is that? Uh, one, something like this, right? It's going to be a pipeline. So pipeline means you have to write the groovy script. Remember, we have to write the groovy script here. Okay, say okay. Yes. Okay, so this pipeline will poll SCM, right? That means there is nothing but Git, source code management. Okay, so keep coming down here. Then if you just see a triggers, this is where you have to mention what do you want to, how do you want to trigger this job. Okay, trigger means poll SCM. Means what? You have to tell you keep polling my SCM, that is source code management. You keep polling my SCM, right? So you have to you know, give this the schedule here. Schedule means what? Schedule means, remember, there is a concept called as a cron job here. Some of you might be aware of this. Cron job means it's basically a Linux one. Basically, if you see here, if I give say star, 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 something like this, right? If I give say 5 stars or 4 stars, every day, every hour, or say every minute of every hour, every day, every week, right? Something like this. So if I give star, 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 star means the job will keep polling every 1 minute, right? This is represents, let's say, minutes, hours, day, then say week, right? So keep polling the SCM for every minute, right? This is the syntax. We use star star. Okay, so if you just see here, go here, poll SCM, schedule. It will give you the schedule. See here, star, specify. Okay, see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is what you have to mention. So for that, luckily, there is one website called as crontab.guru. There are multiple, okay, cronitor, there are a lot of, this is simply, if you go to Google also, it will give you the cron format. Now see here, what is the meaning of this? At every 5 minutes, see, 5 minutes, star, star, star means what? So if you just see here, minute, hour, day, month, weekday, that's what it is. Huh? This is a syntax. So this job will run for every 5 minutes. Now if I want to poll for every 2 minutes, give this, like this, right? If you want to, let's say, change this to, let's say, 1, that means at every second minute past 1 hour, that means hourly once, say 10 o'clock, 10 to 11 to, 2, 12 to, like that. Okay, so if I want to poll it for every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes, maybe every 3 minutes we'll put it. This is the cron job syntax. This is what it is. You can even have a lot of other syntax also, but this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars is what we use, right? So now if I come back over here, I will say that over here, whenever you have a doubt, right, what is polling SCM means, you can click on this. It will give you a definition, right? The description about that. Okay, again click on this, it will be collapsed. Now what is the cron job syntax? This is a syntax. That means I want to poll SCM every 3 minutes. This is what it is. Okay, just give this. Now, what it's saying is 3 minutes looks really fast. Every 3 minutes, do you really want to poll, or do you want to change it? For now, let it be. Okay. Now, you have to give the pipeline script here. So, what is there in the pipeline script? Yesterday, I was telling you, right? The entire pipeline script is what? All the pipeline script will be written in Groovy. You simply say pipeline, right? And then here you have to say stages, and then every stage, stage 1, stage 2, Basically, for stage, you can give a name: checkout stage, build stage, post stage, like that. This is what is the syntax, right? So just come back over here. I have already have that script here. So see, pipeline agent any. What is this agent? So I need to tell you about that also. Now see, in the industry enterprise level, what happens is you have a Jenkins. Watch this video once again, okay? So Jenkins is there. Now see, Jenkins is running here locally, right? Now this is my Jenkins, right? This is my Jenkins where it is running on the local host. Now it will be running on a remote server in a cloud in your company. Now it's just a machine, Linux box. Now when I run the job or run the pipe, see, job or pipeline one are the same, okay? Pipeline is created using the script. Job is physically, manually you are creating it. Hmm? So now Jenkins is there. Now you are running it. When you are running it, where is it running? In our case, it is running here itself, locally, right? My Jenkins is here. When I run this, it is going to run the job on my local machine itself, where the Jenkins is running. So that this just Jenkins is called as a master node or master. Node means machine. In the companies, what they do is one Jenkins will have multiple slaves. Okay, so one, imagine that it's a VM. Okay, VM is there, virtual machine, or another desktop, whatever, right? Or it could be a Docker container also. Docker container means, you might be knowing, it is just a small, lightweight, self, you know, controlled, right? Or basically self-bound, right? A small machine, okay, just like a VM, right? Containers, Dockers, it is good to know a little bit about them. Okay, so imagine that my laptop is there. So now on my laptop, if I enable the virtualization, I can create multiple containers. Containers means what? Small machines. They can be used with some OS, and then whatever we want to run inside them, we can do that. That is what is, instead of using virtual machines, VMs, we can use containers also. Okay, so now again, containers, this again a scope of your DevOps. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell here is they will have few VMs or Docker containers. So now 4, 5 is there. One pool is there. 4, 5, 6 machines are there. So now this is where the execution will be happening. The execution will not be happening on the master. Okay, execution will not be happening on the Jenkins master node or the master machine. Execution will be happening here. Every VM will have one label. Okay, for example, label is, let's say, this is, let's say, QA label, something like this. Or this is, let's say, just as an example, okay, this is a medium size label, something like that. Okay, so few medium slaves will be there, few large slaves will be there, meaning the RAM, CPU, all that, based on that they will label these machines. Okay, like Windows 10, Windows 11, you can imagine like that also. Now where do you want this job to run? You ideally, in the enterprise, we will not run it on the master. It is not a good idea to run master, because everybody runs on master. Master will run out of resources, your CPU and RAM. That is where we will tell agent is this guy. Use medium 1 agent. Use medium 2 agent, like this. Okay, that is what is this is. When I say agent is any, means run anywhere is the meaning. Anywhere by default means what? It is on the master itself, right? So the Jenkins master, and then these are called as a slaves or even nodes or agents, because these are the terminologies that you might be hearing in your company: slaves, masters, slaves or nodes or agents, right? These agents could be virtual machines or Dockers. So where do you want the execution to happen? That is what you have to mention over here, right? If you say any, that means it will run anywhere, which means that it is going to run on your master itself. Is it clear now where you want the execution to happen? Okay, now see, whatever script I am writing here, if I write the script over here, if I write the script, then you no need to even mention it over here. Not required. Even this also not required. Why? Because this job now, we don't want to do manually anything. I just want to control everything using the SCCM. I mean the pipeline. Okay. If you write the pipeline script here, automatically this job will be configured as per the pipeline. That's what is the meaning, because it's a pipeline, right? So what I'll do here is I will just to show it to you once again. What I'll do is I'll simply say, if I say here, see here, I will put this here. I will put poll SCM. Maybe every 5 minutes we can keep on polling the SCM, 5 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is. Now these parameters I'll remove for now because I will talk about this in the after this. The parameters I'll explain you separately. So this is what it is. Now stages. What do you want to do now? First stage. First stage means stage. You have to give stages is basically an object. Inside that you give checkout. I want to check out from this GitHub repository, right? I pushed my code here to this repository, and I want to use the master branch for triggering. This is what it is. Then next one, run the test-ng test. How do you want to run? This is how you want to run. So for now, I will not use this because this is something that we will use it after this. Parameters you need to understand, right? So now this is a bat. This is a see, this is a command that I want to run. I don't want to run multiple commands here. I don't want to pass the arguments also. This what is. That's it. So why we use bat here? Because it's a Windows machine. If it is Linux, you will use what? SH. Okay. So here we are using bat. That means what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to run this command. That's it. Keep on polling this SCM, this repository, this branch for every 4 minutes. And if at all there is any new commit that is happening, don't trigger it just like that. If at all there is a commit, then only you trigger it. That's what is the meaning. Okay. So then after that, I run this. And then after that, as we seen yesterday, that post build action, post build, once the build is executed, what do you want to do? So don't get confused here. This is nothing but JUnit, or you can use testng also. Always, whether the test case is passed or failed, what do you want to do? You want to go to this location and then use this report XML file and then publish the reports. That's what is the meaning. We have already added the plugins, right? We have already added the plugins. You use that plugin and then publish the results. That is what it is. Okay. So that means whatever we were doing manually, if you see here yesterday, right? I told you, right? Post build action, whatever we were doing. That is what we are doing it using this script itself, the pipeline script. Makes sense? So now one thing is just check for the syntax. Okay, this has to close, right? This has to close. Where is this stage is flowing? This stage is closing here, right? This stage is closing here. What is this one? This is for the stages, the main one. Just check all the syntax is proper or not. This is fine. And this is for the main guy, the main pipeline guy, this guy. All looks good here. Let us create it. I will share you this pipeline script. Okay. So now if I just do this, I have disabled everything here. OLSCM, all of that I have disabled. I have just put anyway everything using the pipeline script. See, it will enable that now. See, apply. Hopefully it will enable. Save. Now, if you just come back over here, go to this job now. Where is that? Configure. Okay. If you okay, when we trigger it, maybe it will keep checking now. Hopefully it will keep checking. Let's see now. So what I'll do now, what we have done, we have said that this is a branch. Keep polling this branch for every 4 minutes. If at all there is any change in the configuration, I mean any new commit is happening, in that case, please trigger it. Okay, I will wait as 3 minutes because we will have to wait 4 minutes otherwise. Right? That is what it is. No builds as of now. Now what I'll do, I'll go to my GitHub. So many things I was trying to do yesterday night, believe me. So it was too late for me also. Now what I'll do here, this is my code. Okay. I'm in the master branch. Directly I will come here. I have not made master as a I've not made master as a protected branch. I can make the changes directly here. You see here, I will go to my tests. Okay. I will go to my some test here. Okay. Maybe the cart test, right? Let me go here. In the cart test, what I'm doing is I'm editing. Okay. Anyway, I'm not running smoke and all, right? I'm just making some changes here. What is the change here? See, let me add another thread. That's it. Some change, okay? Some changes to you for you to show the trigger part, right? So now what I'll do here, I'll directly commit it, right? Adding thread adding sleep in cart test case. To check what? Polling. Polling SCM. Poll means keep on checking. Okay, this is what it is. Commit directly to the master batch. Now I've committed to the master batch. Okay, so now let us see the magic over here. So now this, remember, you should have installed the Git plugin. Git plugin is by default nowadays installed in Jenkins. Okay, as a suggested plugin. So now 4 minutes it will wait. Every 4 minutes it will keep on polling. Okay, so now within 1 or 2 minutes it should trigger now. Let's wait and check here. Now this is what is polling SCM means. Let's see if it is triggering. That means it's polling. Let's check. Are you understanding here? So the only thing that we are doing here is we have to give the branch name and then you have to give the interval. Okay. In case if it is not triggering, then we will add the checkbox also. Okay, now see it has, I think something started. Can you see now? Something started, see? So I don't know whether, because I was trying multiple jobs also yesterday night. Hopefully this is the one. It will show you now. See, it is running something. Okay. Because we have not passed any arguments and all. Ideally it should come here. Why it's not coming? Okay, let's go here. It is maybe okay. Now can you see here? Oh, this guy is running. This guy is running. This is the one, right? Which is the one we created? We created pipeline one. This guy. We did not create this. I will disable. Yeah, maybe this one is running here every time. This is a okay. What I have done here is this is another one. This is a webhook one. Okay, this webhook one is triggering this. So there is an option to disable the job. I will explain this now. Yeah, this is the same thing only. Let's see how do we disable this. If at all I have to disable this, I'll come here and then there's an option to disable also. What is this? Here. So configure stages rename. Configure delete. Delete is there. I don't want to delete this by the way. So let me see. Yeah. Delete pipeline, build with parameters, changes, whatever. Let me go to configuration here. I will simply change the configuration. So what I'll do is, this is the repository it is trying to run. I will just give the repository name wrong so that it will not even run. Okay. So even if it's triggering, it will not even run. Right. Leave that. Now come to our pipeline. Let's see why it is not running. Ideally, it should have run. Right. It has not run. So let me just go back here, and then only thing that I'm seeing here is whatever polling SCM we have given here. Maybe that it is not taking that. Let us give it over here. Poll SCM. Give the definition over here. Right. Say apply, save. Okay. So now I have added that polling SCM. Right. So now what you do here, if you make any changes in the code, let's again go back here, make the changes in the cart once again. Okay. So any change, I will just say here, ideally you will not be doing it like this. You will be making your changes and pushing it, right? What is that? Checking for SCM. Don't get confused. It's very simple thing only. We are simply making the change and then pushing. Imagine in the real world, you are automated your test case and pushing it. Checking SCM poll from Jenkins. Okay. So now the moment this commit is done, now it will create a commit ID and then directly merge it to master. Now at least it should run. The first job will also run, but it will fail. But this should run now, pipeline 1. So within a span of 4 minutes, it will run. Pipeline 2 is running, let it run. If you see here in the Jenkins, whatever jobs that are running, it will show you. Okay, so pipeline 2 is a different thing. Let it run, fail, it's okay. and then it should also trigger this now. Either, you know, if you want to manually trigger it, you can trigger it like this. You can trigger it, right? You can just manually run it. Or now we have made one change here, right? So we have made one change in the GitHub, right? We made one commit. So because of that, our SCCM should fail. SCCM, our Jenkins job should poll. Okay. Let's see. Polling log. Okay, if you just see the polling log, polling has not yet run. It is showing here, polling has not yet run. So maybe once it runs within a span of 4 minutes, it will show you. Hopefully it will run. So this is what it is, right? So the pipeline script is there. Okay, so the script is doing everything for you, right? If you wait maybe for another 1 or 2 minutes, it should run. Yeah, so the polling logs. Can you see now? It started. Can you see now? It started. Maybe just 4 minutes we were, maybe in that case, we just have to trigger it, right? That's okay. It's fine. So whatever is the code, don't worry about that. Whatever you are running here, the same thing is getting run here. See, if you just see here, started by SCCM change. Can you see now? So this is what it is, right? It is started because of the change that we have made here. Now, whatever it runs is a different thing. Huh? Whatever tag you have given, whatever tag name that you have given in your testengine.xml, this is my same code, right? So what is there in the testengine.xml? Login is there. That's why it is running what? All the test cases which are having the group as login, right? If you want to change a different one, then you have to pass it as a parameter. That we will do. You remember Maven, what did we do? We passed these parameters. We can also pass it to Jenkins also. Now see, it is running. Makes sense? Is this clear now? So what is happening here? This is the pipeline script. This is a pipeline script, okay? Pipeline script without any parameters and all. So ideally, this should have actually added that by itself, but that's okay. We just have added it once. That's fine. So you remember that this is what you have to use. And then at the end, we are doing this post action, post build action, where we are archiving these results. Once everything is done here, let's see here. It is running, and then login 001. Okay, login 001, it's running now. And then what is there? Login 002. Okay. And why it is running? Okay, it is running in the head mode only. If at all we want to change it, make it as headless, and if at all I want on only login 001, you have to pass this as a Maven argument. Remember -d. So how do we pass that -d? That also we will see now. That also we will see. Okay, login 002. One test has failed here. Assertion error has come. We intentionally failed it. And okay, it is doing here. That's okay. And let it complete. Good. Don't think that the pipeline has failed. Okay. So when it is failed, that means the build has failed because of some, failures. Now see here, if you go to this guy, if you see here, you are able to see this results, right? If you just go to test login, login 001 pass, login 02 failed, login 003 pass. Can you see this now? Is this clear now? You understood? Rest all is same only. Whatever we did using the other job, we are just doing it using pipeline. It is just that we have enabled what? We've enabled the pooling SCCM option. Make sense? Any questions, anybody? You will also see this, by the way. Right? When you run multiple jobs, you'll start seeing the history. Build number one, build number two, like that. Okay? And otherwise, if you simply go back over here, pipeline one, right? And if you go to the pipeline one here, you will see the results. You will also see the works workspace also you should see, but I'm not sure why it workspaces or the workspaces. It basically pulled the code and it cloned the code and put the code here and then trying to run it. Okay, that's why you're not seeing the code here. That's okay. Pipeline is managing it for us, right? So if you see here, pipeline overview, you will see what is this pipeline overview. See here, checkout code, run test ng, post actions. You will see all the logs. You will see checkout. This is the log for that. Run test ng. This is the log for that. Post actions. This is a log for that. Okay. So there are multiple plugins also available. If you install them, it will also show you some beautiful way of pipeline representation. Now see here pipeline steps. You can see all the steps. Make sense? Simple. Yeah, you can also see some tests here. Okay, if you see come here tests, you will see all the tests, whatever we were seeing earlier, right? And a polling log. That means when it has polled. It has polled here. So now see 848. It's already 853. It is not triggering because there's no change, right? If I make another change here, again it will trigger. That's what it is. If I make the change, again it will trigger. Makes sense? Is this clear now? If I make another change, again it will trigger. Automatically it will trigger. Okay. So there are one more plugin that was there that was showing this this pipeline. What was that? Available plugins that pipeline graph analysis. If you see here, pipeline has many plugins. Okay, so what was that? There was one plugin that it was showing the result in a good manner. Blue Ocean. Okay, Blue Ocean. Right. Let's see here. Blue Ocean. Okay, let us install this. It will just show you the pipeline in a better option, just better graph and all representation, right? So now it is, I don't know whether this is the same plugin or not. Blue Ocean plugin. Okay, so now I want to trigger it now once again. So what I'll do here, go to my code, make some changes. Right? 2. Okay. So now what I'm doing here, again making some change. Polling test 2. So now here, don't imagine that you're doing it like this. No, you will raise a PR, it will be automatically merged. Now see, ideally it should start. Your pipeline 1 should start. P here. So now you can also see always the polling log, okay, when it has polled. Right? It is always polling at the interval of 4 minutes. Is this clear now? This is your pipeline script. Okay, this is what it is doing. Any questions, anybody? Any questions here? Nikhila, are you getting what we are discussing here? Yeah, Nikhila. Okay, I'm not sure if my voice was proper or not. Sean?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what we're discussing, the pipeline part?
Yes, sir.
Kala, how about you?
Yes, sir, I'm able to understand.
Good. Soumya?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what is this pipeline doing? Right? If I give this
Sir.
script to you, it will work for you also.
Okay.
Nikhila, how about you? Nikhila? Maybe she is on mute, looks like. That's okay. So now this is what it is. Now we have made another change. It will trigger it. You don't have to worry. It will surely trigger it. Right? Because it has triggered for the first time. It will trigger now also. It's another 1 or 2 minutes. Okay? Good. Let it trigger. Now the next thing is, how do we see? We don't want to run every time the hard-coded test.xml, right? Test.xml. There we have put what? The tag as login, the group as login. We are including the group what? We are including, if you see here, test.xml, we are including the group as login. I don't want to run login. Maybe I want to run, say, only one test case, that is login underscore 001. How do I change this group? If at all I have to change the group, I have to go back and then make the change and push it, right? It will become another commit. That is something that we don't want. Commit means ideally people should automate their test cases and then push it, right? Not just for triggering. Okay. So now, how do I update this group? In the case of Maven, if you remember, what did we do? -d groups is equal to you give the name, and then -d browser is equal to say Chrome or Chrome headless, whatever you want to give. -d environment is equal to, let us say, QAR stage. You remember this? We discussed it when we discussed about the Maven command line arguments, right? How many of you remember this? If you see here, how do we take the arguments? See, for example, browser is there. I don't want to go here, make the changes in the config.properties file, and then change the browser to Chrome. Okay, now if you see here, it has triggered, by the way, just to show it to you. It has triggered now. Right, 4 minute span has come. So now it has triggered. If you just go back and see here, it will show you the build 2 has triggered. Okay, if you see the polling log, it will show you the polling log also. This is when it triggered. Okay, what is the command? Why it has triggered? If you just see here, it will also show you, right? What is that? Strategy is default. Then no credentials. Okay, we did not add any credentials. It will also show you somewhere, what is the commit ID that you have given. I will show you that. I will show you that in the jobs log. This is just a polling log. Okay, this is a polling log. Yeah. So now let it run. We'll see this. Very interesting. Huh? All these are very, very interesting. Now pipeline 2 is also over. If you just go back over here, if you just see here, started by SCM. Okay, if you just go to the console output, see here, started by the SCM. Okay, so somewhere you will see that your what is that? Polling test 2, whatever commit that I made, right? The message that also you will see. See here, polling test 2, commit message is this. Because of this latest commit, which has a commit ID as this, because of this, it triggered. Okay, now whatever is your job is your job. Okay, so assertion has failed. That's okay. We are intentionally failing that. So now I just wanted to see what was that Blue Ocean plugin. That Blue Ocean plugin is not there. It will show a little bit better representation. If you see our pipeline overview, right? So almost same as this, but it will show a little bit in a blue color, a little fancy. It will show. Okay. So you can see here all these options here. Test. You can directly go back here, right? You can just try to play with it. You can use my repository. I will give you the pipeline script. You create one pipeline using this, and then try to run my code. That's okay, right? It is anyway public. You can make the changes also. Only thing is, I will have to add you as a collaborator. Okay, or I will share this, code with you. What you do, you download it and you push it into your GitHub, and then you practice. Right? Ultimately, you should know how do we trigger. That's it. Yeah. So this is what is your polling SCM means, right? This is the build 2 pipeline overview, and pipeline steps are there. These are the steps. Okay, and if you want to see the output for a particular step, you can go and check the output. For example, where is the checkout, right? What is the code, the log for that? Ideally it should show. It's not showing. That's okay, right? So these are some of the plugins. Makes sense. You can delete that build. Build means you're not deleting the pipeline, you're just deleting this build number 2. Build number 2. Build means whatever got executed. Makes sense. Any questions, anybody here? Any questions? If you come to pipeline here and then say delete pipeline, the pipeline itself will be deleted. If you want to manually trigger it, you don't want to wait for SCM change to happen. If you want to trigger it, you can trigger it, not a problem. Without the changes, you can trigger it. Okay. Any questions, anybody here? I'll take a small pause. Please ask me if you have any questions. Simple.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Hey, hi, Nikhila.
Yeah, something was happened. Mute was not worked sometime, and system
Okay,
was worked.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
back
yeah.
now?
Yes, sir. I was back now.
Good, good. Are you, did you understand whatever I am
Yes,
teaching
sir.
you?
Yes, yes, sir.
Pipeline?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah.
Good.
I off the system and again I was
No
on.
problem, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, sir.
Good, good. Okay, please watch the video again if you have any doubts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now moving on in the code, right, in the same framework, the code that I have, the repository. So now how are we getting the browser and all? If you remember, system.get property. System.get property means what? Environment, browser, whatever you want to get, right? Or whatever groups you want to include. All these things you can pass it as a Maven argument. Command line argument to Maven here. Browser is Chrome. Groups is login. Now, if I want to pass this, see, if I run Maven, I can pass this. Now, how do I pass? Now, see, we are using Jenkins now. How do I pass this Chrome, I mean, browser, groups, and all to my Jenkins job? Because my Jenkins job has to run. Jenkins should pass on the commands to the arguments to the Maven, and the Maven should run. How do we do that? So for that, the good part is when you create a pipeline, you can also add the parameters. Whatever parameters that you want to pass, you can add it. How do we add the parameters? So for that, this is where it is. Now, if you want to add, okay, I will show you both the ways. I will show you here itself first. If you want to add the parameters, just say configure. You want to add the parameter, just here. If you just here, uh, this project is parameterized. Click on this. Add a parameter. What type of parameters are there? Choice means you can just like a drop down box. You can choose multiple values. And then if it is, let's say, string means you have to enter. Okay, let me go with the choice parameter first. Where is that choice? Okay. Now, what I'll do here, I'll say browser. Usually these are given in capital. Okay. So now here you give proper Chrome, one browser, Firefox, another browser, Chrome headless, another browser. Then say, what is that? Your edge. Like this. You can give all this. What is the default one? Default one is Chrome. Okay. I will just say here, please enter the browser on which you want to run the test. Okay, like this, right? You have given it. Another parameter I will add. Another choice parameter again. Hmm? This time it's a string parameter. What is the string parameter here? What is that? Uh, I've already used it. That's why I'm using it over here. Okay. Select the browser and all. Uh, right. What I'll do here? Which group you want to run? Group to run. Anything, a tag name, group name, right? The default group is, let's say, login. Every time it will run login, right? I'll just say here, please mention which testng group you want to run. Case sensitive, right? You have to mention in the proper case. If at all while entering, people will enter some space, leading space, tailing space. If you want to trim it, you can say select this, not a problem, right? Then another parameter. Okay, so which environment you want to run? Again, this is a choice, right? What I'll do here is just to show it to you. env, the parameter name is env. I'm just saying here one is qa, another is stage, another is say pre-prod, like this. Please mention the name, the, mention the environment on which you want to run the test, like this. You give all this is apply. You applied it, right? So now whatever you are passing here, we have one parameter here, second parameter here, third parameter here. This is the first one. Now how do you use it in your see, basically when you're running the Maven test, you have to pass, what do you have to pass? Hyphen d browser, same case, whatever you use, right? Browser like this is equal to whatever browser that you passed, right? Whatever browser that the user is going to pass. Okay. For browser, what is the environment name here? We are using browser. Okay. So just see how do we use it here. Just I'm showing you a rough way here. So while running it, I will say here my browser is equal to, let's say, dollar browser. Sorry, I will say here in my in my pipeline, I will use that. That's it. Is equal to, let's say, dollar browser. Okay. So see here in your code, browser lowercase you are using. That means what? This is what you are getting, browser. Okay. So this browser you have to pass. How you have to pass here? You have to say here the small browser. This browser is equal to whatever the user is passing. Like this, you just have to pass the arguments here. That means whatever the user is selecting here, adding here, that will come here and will be passed as an argument to the Maven. That is what it is. That's it. Now say I'll just remove it. It's not the proper syntax. The proper syntax is here. Okay, whatever arguments the user is passing. One is browser, one is environment, another one is groups. Right? All of that I can directly use them over here. MVN clean test. This is groovy. Next line. Browser is equal to browser, environment is equal to environment, groups is equal to group to run. Just put all of this here in the triple quotes like this, triple quotes, right? Come back over here, I will put here. Now, after running this, now the arguments have to come. So what are the arguments? These are the parameters, right? These are nothing but the parameters. If you see here to run, third parameter is environment. So my internet was a little flaky, so I was waiting. Is my voice clear? So now this is how we take it. Now see here, params.browser, params.env, params.grouptrun. Whatever this params that user is passing, that I will pass it to -d option. Here in the Maven, we are directly passing. When we run it over here using Maven, I am passing right browser groups like this. Instead of that, now I will take them as a Jenkins job parameters and then pass it over here like this. That's it. That's what it is now. Say apply and say save. Right? It is showing here build with parameters. Correct now? Build with parameters showing now. Earlier it was saying simply build. Why build with parameters? Because we want to add the parameters here. Now, which browser you want to run? I will say Chrome headless. Which group you want to run? Say I only want to login 001. That's it. Which environment? QA or stage. See, for us anyways, all the environment is same only. We are not changing the URL and all. Let it be whatever it is. Then simply say build. I'm not waiting for the polling to happen now. Directly, manually, I'm building it. See here, it's built. It is building only login. Okay, now can you see here? These have come here. Browser, environment, groups has come here. Next line, next line, next line. Right? So then, anyway, the latest code it will pull from the SCCM. This was the final commit that we made. It will pull the latest code always because we have given the SCCM URL, right? It is taken the code from there and then started running. Parameters are important. Parameters are really important. Okay, so now here it should only run the login 001 now. Why? Because that is what we have. Now see, it has to run headless also. Now we are able to control the execution whichever environment we want, whichever browser we want, whichever test we want to run. All of that we can control. Okay, I don't know why it has ended. Not sure. It should have run login 001. So it has failed. It should not have failed. Has it started login 001? Okay, maybe we have not given the text properly, right? Chrome headless typo is there in that. That's why it's not running. See here, there's a typo here. Okay, so it did not trigger that. Let us configure that properly. Yeah. So what is this here? So let us run this now. Build with parameters. Okay. I want to run login underscore 001. I want to run it using, let's say, Edge, right? Or Chrome. So Chrome headless is fine. And login underscore 001 is what I want to run in the QA build. Even though we have enabled the polling SCCM option, but we are not polling here, we are manually triggering it. It is always doable. Any time you can trigger manually. Sushma, you joined. Not sure when you joined.
Yeah, just now I joined it.
Okay. So we were just continuing, the discussion with the pipeline that we left yesterday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is important. You just watch this video once, you
Yeah,
will get
sure.
that. Yeah. Good. Okay. So now it is trying to take the code, compile, and then run it. Okay. So login 001 should run. Just make sure that whatever parameters you've given are correct. QA and then this guy. Can you see now? Environment is QA, right? We have given some print, right? This browser test is running using Chrome headless browser. Can you see now? It started executing login 001. Now it is running in the headless mode. You're not even seeing it, right? Because it's headless. Always in the Jenkins, we have to run in the headless mode only. Don't run in the header mode, right? Yeah, execution is ending. All good. First test case, one test case is there, one test case is passed. You see here now? This is what it is. You will see the results, right? Bill number 4, if you come here, these are the results. No failures. Okay. It's showing some, uh, right? All tests are passing, right? That's why I added an image also. Now see, this is a target test, right? Uh, yeah, this is out. So these are all anyways, just for you to see, right? Make sense? Yeah. So this is how we will use a parameterized build. It's very, very important, right, to have the parameterized build because you don't want to, control every time. Now, say I want to run it on Edge. See, in your code, you should have that option. Okay, I'm getting the browser here. This browser is what now. See, this browser to my code. See, my code is in the Git. It has pulled the code. It is trying to run this. While running it, what we are doing, we are passing this option, this browser, because we are getting it from the environment variable, right? Earlier, we were passing it here. Browser is equal to Chrome. Now the same thing. It is same thing only. Instead of here, what are we doing here? We are passing it from here. This guy will be used in the browser. Now in the code, Edge I'm using now. This time I want to login underscore 003 using Edge. Let us run it. But remember, your code should have that option. Okay, see, I'm checking here Chrome. I'm checking Chrome headless, and then we are also checking for the Edge, Firefox also. Edge should launch Edge now. Okay, let's see now, because the same code we are running there, the same repository, it is there in the GitHub, right? So now here it should start running using the Edge browser. See, the browser has come as Edge here. Can you see now? This is a beauty. This is really important. A lot of people do not know this, how this internally works. Anyways, once you get the job, you will be given one job and pass the parameters or tags that you want to run, you will run it. But internally, the pipeline is implemented like this. Make sense? This is what it is. Yeah. So let it run, let it run. Now it should run on the Edge. It should launch Edge browser now. Yeah. See, Edge browser. Right? QA is the environment we have chosen. Whatever you choose, whether it's QA or stage or whatever our if you see here in our config.properties, what we have mentioned here. See, URL is this environment, right? Whatever environment, we hard coded it. Ideally, if you see here, this is stage dev like that. We have to keep. We are not even considering this. Okay. So it has opened in the Edge browser. Now see, only login 003 is running. Why? Because we have given that as a tag. If you want, you can print that also, all the parameters. All good? Good. This is what it is. Makes sense? Any questions, anybody here? Any questions? So these are really, really very advanced topics. And what I'll do is I will share this pipeline script with you. Don't worry. I will share this also. I will share this also. This is without parameters. This is with parameters. That's it. Hmm? Any questions, anybody? Any questions? Sean, is it clear to you? Whatever
Yes,
we
sir.
discussed here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Kala, how about you? Are you understanding? You said you are using some parameters in your job.
Uh, yes, sir. It is clear.
Okay, good. Sushma, you just joined. I'm really not sure. You may have to watch the video again,
Yeah, I
right?
have to.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to
Nikhila, how
revisit
about
it
you?
again.
Yes. Nikhila,
Clear, sir. Clear,
clear.
sir. Yeah.
Saumya,
Yes,
Saum.
sir.
Good, good, good. All right. So now we have discussed what? If you see here, one first option that we discussed here today is polling SCM, right? Polling SCM, and then parameters also we discussed. How do we add the parameters to the job? Right? The third option is parameters anyway is fine. So now your Jenkins job is polling SCM. Now, how do we make any changes pushed into the GitHub repository? The GitHub repository itself should trigger my job, right? My GitHub should trigger the job. How do we do that? So for that, there are few things you have to remember. Again, I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to confuse you here, but I will show you how to do that. Go to the GitHub repository. Whatever GitHub repository, see what is this called as? The first option is polling SCM. The second option is webhooks. Webhook means you have to basically configure this in the Git side. In the Git, you create a webhook. Whenever there is a commit that is happening, then Git will trigger. Git will trigger what? The job, Jenkins job. That's what it is. Git will trigger the Jenkins job. Okay, so that's what it is, right? So now what I'll do here is, this is my repository, right? This is my repository. I'll come here. Okay, I've already created this yesterday. If you just click here, repository, go to webhook here, webhook, right? I've already created this. Say edit. Okay, okay. Give me a second. Two-factor. I will just tell you what is a webhook so that it will make you to understand. Otherwise, when you go to the project, then if they say webhook, then you will not understand that. Okay. So now see here, you have to tell what is your Jenkins URL here. What is your Jenkins URL? If you see here, this is your Jenkins URL. This is a Jenkins URL, right? This is a Jenkins URL if you see. Right? This is a Jenkins URL. But now, so this is your Jenkins URL. But the thing is, you cannot give this localhost and all. When you create a webhook, you cannot give localhost, as the Jenkins URL. Because in the real time, what will happen? In the real time, your Jenkins machine will be running in a server. It will have an IP, domain name. For example, say https:// say uh, jenkins.oracle.com, something like that, right? So this domain name will be there. You will not have localhost or your IP address like this. No, you will have some domain name. So this domain name is what you have to give. This domain name is what you have to give. Now, how you can give that domain name? Because my Jenkins is running locally, right? So I have to convert this into a domain name, temporary domain name. How to do that? So this is something out of the scope completely. But to achieve this, there are so many tools available. If you pass this, if you say that localhost 8080, you just give a temporary domain name for this. So then it will give you one of such tools is called as ng rock. Okay, so don't get confused here. What is ng rock? Ng rock is nothing but one tool that will basically give a temporary domain name for your localhost. Okay, so now give me a second. Something is launched here. GitHub Copilot somehow I clicked on this. Yeah, right. So how to configure this ng rock? I will just tell you in 2 minutes. Just to download ng rock. Okay, download the ng rock and then log into ng rock. Okay, what I've done here is I'll just show you. Don't worry too much about this. This is completely out of the scope. This is not applicable in the real world, right? Just for you to practice. If you want to practice the webhook, what you have to do, you download ngrok. Okay, log into ngrok, right? Then if you go to your accounts, you will have to create one token because you have to, it will ask you to create a token. It will give you a token, credentials. Use that token and then come back. Come to your terminal command prompt. Once you install ngrok, come to your terminal, simply say ngrok and then give. See, these are the commands. Just see here. I've already executed. If you just see here, I will just use this command. Which command? I will say ngrok. What is the command that you have to use? ngrok config add auth token. This auth token you will get it once you log into ngrok, and then this is my token. You just give this. Once you give this command, and then on the terminal you have to give it. You have to give it here like this. Okay. So if you want to, maybe I'll show you once again here. Let me kill this. Right. Just I don't want to be completely black box here. So I will give this. Enter. Now see, authorization token saved. It has saved. After that, what do you have to do? Simply have to say ngrok http 8080. That means my localhost 8080, which is there, you just please generate one domain for that. Enter. So now what it will do, it will create one CF localhost 8080. This is the domain name for that. This is just for you to test. It has basically exposed this now. Anybody can use it. You can also use it now because it's HTTPS. Now this is the URL. So why we have to use it? Because your GitHub webhooks will not support localhost. This ngrok and all has come in the picture because because of this only, right? So, but in the real world, this will not happen. Okay, so that means localhost 8080 is now forwarded to this. That's what is the meaning. Now this is your domain name. Now come back to your webhook. Go to webhook settings, webhook, add one webhook, then you give the URL. Hope this is same. Unit pebble, right? Same. Dunia, whatever, right? ngrok.free.dn. This is what it is, right? And then you just have to, at the end, you have to give GitHub webhook. That's it. This is what you have to give. Come to the repository, webhook, create a new webhook, give this URL of the Jenkins, and then at the end, you just add webhook. And then here you select application.json. That's it. Rest all is same. Update webhook. Okay, I have updated the webhook now. That's it, right? So now what I'll do here is I will come to my, so what we have done here, leaving the ngrok aside, that is just to get the domain name for the Jenkins. I've come to the settings, come to the webhooks. I can add a webhook here. If I add a webhook, for example, what I'll do, I'll give the URL here and at the end /webhook, and then the content type as application.json. That's it. Right? That's it. If you have any secret, you have to, the token and all you have to mention, but as of now, it's not required for us. Fine, good. This is what it is. I will not save this. I already have a webhook here. I am not going to save it. See, this is my webhook already created. Push. Whenever there is a change that is happening to this Git repository, it is going to trigger the job. Which job? Which job it's going to trigger? Right? That you have to mention. You have to create a pipeline. Now see what I'll do here. The same pipeline 1. We already have a pipeline 1. Right? What is this pipeline 1 is doing now? This pipeline 1, if you see here, don't get confused again, please. Don't get confused because I put a lot of efforts to teach all this. So now see, this is a pipeline. This is a pipeline. It is it is basically polling SCCM now. That is fine. Now what I'll do, I will change this. What I will change this, I will put it as a GitHub webhook. I will have to put it as a webhook, right? How to do that? So for now, for that, what I'll do is let me create another pipeline which I've already created. This is my pipeline. This is my pipeline. I will go to configure here. See here, I have given browser. I have given environment, tag to run. All of this is there. And this time, what I'll do is I will not say poll SCCM. I will simply say GitHub hook trigger from SCM. You have to use what? GitHub hook trigger from SCM. This is what it is. That means now your whatever default values that are there. Okay, so whatever default value using Chrome, using environment QA, the tag as login, it will trigger it. Okay, it will trigger it. Now see here, it is now what I've done here is trigger is not poll SCM. Trigger should change, but that's okay. So basically, we will not. We have anyway disabled it, right? Poll SCM we have disabled it, right? Let me trigger remove this. Not a problem, right? I have disabled poll SCM. I have created a webhook now, and just change this repository. We altered it, right? This is what it is. Okay. Apply and hope everything is proper here. Yeah, everything is proper. Apply, save. Now that means whenever there is a change happening in the repository, now my Jenkins job will not poll. Git itself will send the trigger to this job. Why? Because we have created a webhook. Whenever there's a change happening, I'm saying here, come to my Jenkins, trigger a job which is configured with what? This webhook actions. Okay, if you see here, I've configured this particular pipeline saying that it should be triggered using the webhook. Can you see here how did we do this? This using this. Correct? Let us test once. I'll just go here to my repository once again, make some small change. Okay, where I'll make the change, maybe here once again. Let me go to the test. Don't get confused. Absolutely don't get confused. These are all simple only. If you watch once again, you will. But I would really want you to create once. Test and then say go to card test. And then I will directly do the check-in here. I'm directly doing the check-in here. Ideally, from here, I have to go to this branch and then push. See, master has some changes now. That's why it's saying you get the updates. Okay. So, what I'll do here, I will just say here, write logs, testing webhooks, right? Save it. I will simply say here, testing webhooks. Commit. This is what it is, right? So now I have made the change. Immediately it should trigger this pipeline too. Hopefully it will trigger now. Let's see. See now it started. It is going to start now. See, it's going to start. Why it is starting? Polling means what? Polling means it will wait for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever polling interval that you have set. That time your Jenkins job will be polling your GitHub. But here GitHub itself is pushing, triggering the what? Triggering the Jenkins job because we have created a webhook. See here, this is a GitHub webhook log. Because of the webhook, it has started. Make sense? This is what it is. So let it run, then we will see. Just give me 1 second. Let it run. All right. So now see here, what has happened here, it has triggered it, right? Why it has failed is maybe one test case would have failed. That's okay. If you see here, one failure. If you come here, this is what is your test is. Okay, so 2 passed, 1 failed. Are you getting it now? Are you understanding what is basically the difference between your GitHub webhook pulling the SCCM and just a simple job? That has to be clear. Okay, so now in this case, what we have done, we have basically made the what? So the 3 options, right? So let me just quickly recap that. More or less done, don't worry. So we are done. Just stay back for another 5-10 minutes. We will end it. I really don't want to take it to the next class. I can take it, but again, it is simply you have to join again, right? So see, one is what? Our Jenkins polling SCCM, right? One option. Where is the option for that? The option for that is here. If you come to your Jenkins pipeline, okay, so where is that option here? The option is if you go to the configure, see it's showing pass fail and all, okay, the trend also it's showing. See here, if you enable uh, this is for webhook. If you enable this, in this case the Jenkins job itself will keep polling the GitHub. If you enable this, GitHub will push the job. It will be triggered by your SCCM. Okay, basically it will trigger GitHub hook trigger. That means webhook will trigger it. So first option is Jenkins polling SCCM. Second option is GitHub triggering job Jenkins using webhook. This is what it is. Right? This is what it is. And third one is simply you don't do anything manually. You run it. You run manually. You should know these 3. The latest one that is there, is that you also need to know is there is something called as a, what is that I told you? GitHub actions. These 3 are different. What is GitHub actions? So what do you mean by GitHub actions? Now see here, this is a little latest entry in the picture. So if you come to the repository here, okay, there is something called as actions, right? I will really do not want to cover this now. I'll just give you an overview. What is this, right? If I come to actions here. So what does this actions means? Forget about Jenkins now. You will not use Jenkins and all. It will directly run here itself, right? So how you want to run it? Java with Maven is what you want to run, correct? You configure a action here, right? Say configure. Okay, just see. Let us see what it does. So it's saying here, it is trying to run. This is exactly same in the case of you, if you are using Azure DevOps also, more or less it is same. In the GitHub Actions also it is same. So this GitHub Actions means it will generate one YAML file. There is a YAML file, just like your JSON. YAML also has a syntax. Where it is going to run? Inside this GitHub, wherever this github.com is there, right? It will create one small container, small machine, where the OS is Ubuntu, right? Using JDK 17 or JDK 21, whatever you want to do, you can give it over here. You can give 21 also, right? And then let us not change anything. Let us leave it as it is, default. Okay, we are creating one GitHub actions here. Okay, so what do you want to run? You want to run MVN test. That's it, right? This is what you want to do. Okay, so I have created this webhook, not webhook, sorry, this GitHub action, right? And then yeah, so I've created this, and then finally what I'll do is I will push this. So remember, in your repository there will be one folder called as GitHub. It's not .github. Under that there's workflows. Under that maven.yaml. Whatever is the name you want to give, you can give it, right? And then this is what it is. I will commit this. Okay, so added. So what is this commit here? Added maven dot YAML to test actions, GitHub actions for actions. This is the third way of running, right? So now what I've done here is I have created one GitHub actions now. Okay. So where is the action here? Okay. Now if you come to the code, it has created .github workflows. Under that we have what? We have one YAML file that is there. This is the YAML. So what is there in this YAML? In this YAML, if you see, it is just like your pipeline, you can say. See, instead of running on the Jenkins, it's going to run here only. Okay, it's going to run here only, right? It's going to run this command. That is what it is. Now, how do we run this? Right, what I'll do is I will go to, let us see how do we run this. View runs. There is no run here. Added, okay, master. It has executed, by the way. It has executed this webhook, right? And build has failed. Why it has failed? So come to the actions. Rerun the jobs. Let me rerun it. Right? It's trying to rerun now. Why it is not running? Ideally, it should run. It will show you some logs here. Okay, let me delete this. I have deleted this. Oh, something has started. Okay, this is because of the webhook. See, for the same repository, we have enabled the webhook also, right? For the same repository, we have enabled the webhook, and the same repository we are creating GitHub actions, which is ideally not the case. Okay, so now it should run. I feel it is running. Let's see here, because two things it has started. But ultimately, you get this, right? So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is GitHub actions means you will create one YAML file. Okay. And because of this YAML file, right, it will trigger. You just come here and trigger it. You don't, Jenkins is not required now. There's no Jenkins need now. Forget Jenkins, right? You just come here, come to GitHub actions, create one GitHub action, and then trigger it. That's it. Over. That's what it is. Let me create one new workflow here. Let's see. I will again go here. For now, what I'll do is I will, just for you to understand, I don't want to club both. I will come here and then go to webhook here. I will delete this. Anyway, you understood the webhook, right? I will delete this. Yeah, or let it be there. That's okay. So now I'll come to actions. I will go to new action, and then it is what is that? Yeah, basically it's a Maven only configure. Okay, I'm trying to configure here. So I want to run master branch, right? I want to run it on the Ubuntu machine. These are the steps, just like the in the pipeline, we give it over here. Okay, let you 21. I'm not sure whether because of this it's distribution. I will. If you see here, we have already given that in the pom.xml. All this. So we have already given all this Jenkins version, the Java version. You see here, 21, right? This is what it is, right? So let us use this. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this is how we use the webhook. It has not triggered. That's okay, right? It ideally it has to run. Okay, so what I'll do here, I will go to webhook. Where is my webhook in my GitHub repository? Distribution. I can maybe I don't know because what is the distribution for JDK? I will leave this for now, whatever. And then build with Maven. Maven, I would just say Maven B hyphen B package. This file is equal to pom.xml. I will just uh, say test maybe. This is how it is. I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with this. Okay. So then this is the web. Okay. Now what we have to do? We just have to push this, right? Where we have to commit it here in the master, right? So remember, it is just saying here, I will say here, uh, GitHub actions run, right? Just commit. There was an error. A file with the name already exists. Choose a different file. Okay. So you already have given this. You should have deleted that. That's okay. Ultimately, one YAML file should be there. Okay. So actions test two commit. I've committed this now. So maven1.yaml is there, right? This is what it is. So now if I come to actions, okay, now action 2 is running. Let's see now this is what it is. It is running now, right? So where is it running? It is running in your GitHub only, okay? No Jenkins now. No Jenkins, forget Jenkins. Why? Because it has started running now. Hopefully it is running, I'm not sure. But you got the concept, okay? So whether it's passed or failed is a different story. So now this is how your GitHub Actions will work. You will just create one YAML file, put the configuration there, and then which OS you want to run. Usually it is Ubuntu by default. It is trying to run there. It will take the code and then run it. That is what it is. You can also pass the parameters like your browser, just like that. You can pass all of them for this also. Okay. So don't worry too much about this. At least you got the picture. Multiple ways of running your Jenkins job. Okay, so the final one is the GitHub Actions, where you will have a .yaml file. In that YAML file, you can also configure parameters, browser and all. You will be able to trigger it. Either you trigger it, you can also set whenever there's a change in this repository, trigger this. Or you can say you can make this GitHub Actions also to trigger based on some polling interval. All of that you can do. What ultimately you don't need Jenkins is what I'm trying to say. See why it is running two jobs here is one is we have enabled webhook also, we have enabled polling also. Both of them are because there's a change in the repository, right? That is why it is triggering this also, this also. Both the jobs will be triggering now. If you see here, if you go here to your Jenkins, both the jobs are running. See, this is also running, this is also running. This is polling SCM, this is webhook. Both of them are running. But ultimately, our whatever we wanted to see, this actions is failing. That is something that we'll have to figure out. Leave it for now. But at least you got to know what is GitHub Actions. So Kala, you were saying that in your company they are using actions, right? GitHub Actions.
GitLab with that pipeline, they create the tags and trigger it, sir.
Oh, it is a pipeline, not the actions. Okay, so whatever pipeline we have seen in the same way, right? They basically there's in the GitLab they have created.
Yes, sir.
But are you using Jenkins or not?
Not sure, sir. I just saw once. I did not trigger it by myself.
No problem. You
In
will
GitLab,
understand.
to create the tag and trigger it is what I know, sir.
Okay, okay. Maybe we'll see. I think it could be a Jenkins one. Instead of
Okay.
GitHub, they might be using GitLab.
Yes, sir. Correct. GitLab,
Right.
they're using.
Correct. Good. Okay, cool then. So I think this is what it is. I know it was a little bit of rush at the end, but all this whatever I've discussed here is really a bonus for you. Even if you don't know is also fine, right? Because people might ask you in an interview, okay, how are you running your jobs and all. That's why it is good to know. You can say that we've enabled webhooks or we our Jenkins pipeline is pulling SCM. At least if you tell that, they will understand. Or if you tell that we are using GitHub Actions, they will understand what is it. Okay, cool. So with that, more or less, we are good now. I know that this is, we should not end any batches like this in a rush, but usually this is just like a release. Any release is always a rush at the end, right? This is what it is. So now one final thing I'll tell you about your resume. Okay, so resume means, always remember, uh, I will not take much time. I will upload some formats. Okay, so yeah, so let me just, I will take another, we will end the session today. That's why I'm just trying to close this. So give me a minute. I will just try to open something for you, and then we will see that. Okay, what is it? I will want to open my some of the resume formats that I've shared with my students. Give me a second. All good. Say download. I will not be able to show my resume to you. I can even do that. I don't want to hide it, but it's okay, right? So give me a second. More or less done. So see, ultimately for resume, right? There are so many formats that are there nowadays. Okay, so you can create resume in any format. Okay, so but just make sure that the resume is little, uh, yeah, what do I say? It is little decent, right? Don't put too much of content. Uh, Wait, I'm just searching for some resume templates here. Okay, some format is there here. Now, let me just sorry guys. Okay, so now some resumes. Okay, some resumes you just have to prepare. Maybe I just downloaded some resume template here. This may not be proper. Okay, this may not be proper also, but you just have to make it little fancy. Nowadays there are a lot of resume building websites that are there. Okay, so go there and then try to put your resume something like this. Okay, this is a template that I usually show it to my students. If you see here, so what you do is, don't put anything that you don't know. One thing that I want to tell you is, don't put anything in the resume that you don't know, because your interviews will be mostly based on the resume only. Okay, so this is one of the resumes. I think in fact this was my old resume that I shared with my students. See, just put some, objective and all. You put your name, right, email ID, experience you can put it, right, and then presently working with so and so company. Okay, so experience in automation of web applications using Selenium WebDriver with Java, hybrid framework, BDD, all of that you can put. Jenkins, Eclipse. Don't put Eclipse, IntelliJ you put. Xpath, CSS, TestNG, all of that you put. Hoops, heaps, and all. Some of the manual testing stuff also, like sprint planning, right? Some of these things you can put. That's okay. And then you can put your education and all, whatever is your education percentage, when did you pass, right? And professional experience, when you put this experience, you have to always put the experience that is at the current experience top. Put this over here, and then previous experience like this, and then make a table like this, and then maybe put some of your skills here like this, right? And then you put your project. Okay, so whatever is your project, you put that current project at the top, and what are your roles and responsibilities. Now see, when you put your roles and responsibilities, your automation responsibility should come at the top. Okay, so make your current project as an automation project if you are really confident on automation. If not, then whatever is your previous experience, that you put it as automation. Current project you put it as manual. Okay, but when you put the experience current for current project with manual testing, with automation testing, then you will get more calls. Okay, designed and developed hybrid automation framework, this one, all of that you will have to put the responsibilities. I will share this format with you. I've already shared it once. You can use it. Just put Maven, TestNG, all this. These are usually the common responsibilities like automating the test cases, use TestNG, use Maven as a build tool, right? Identified all the automatable test cases. So these are some of the responsibilities. I'll share it with you. Don't worry. So one thing that you need to remember is don't put anything that you don't know. Some resume is there. I don't know. Some of my student looks like Suhas. I don't know who is this. See here, ideally I should not be. It's a privacy. I should not be sharing the number and all. See, this is what it is. Okay, he has put it like this. Okay, so then if you see here, uh, some company as well, Jira, operating system, all that he has put. Okay, so some information. This is one resume. Another resume. So little different format, but good, right? So something here like this. Makes sense? So people will be making their profiles and sharing it with me just to show the Selenium WebDriver, what and all is description, roles and responsibilities. Right? I will share this, not a problem. I will share this by masking the name and email ID. So if you put it like this, then you will get a lot of calls. You will really get a lot of calls. Okay. So this is what is really required. Okay. You have to make the resume in a very proper format. Okay. So uh, because resume also should look good. Resume also should look good. Yeah. So you have to make some wonderful resume. So nowadays there are a lot of tools. By the way, you can add your photo and all that. I will just share it with you. Again, keep just you can. Just give me a second. I will pause it.
Recording stopped.
See, this is something that I prepared. This is my profile. Okay, so just see it and leave it. Okay, so there's a lot of tools. You can go to internet, you can search, you can add your photo and then your experience, what and all you're working here, okay, where you're working, right? So this my earlier experiences with Oracle, with Symantec, then I was with Yahoo for some time, right? Symphony services, all this. So what are the skills that you know? API automation, project management, what and all you know. This is little uh, experience profile, mobile testing, performance testing, all of that I put. I worked on all of this over 17, 18 years now. Okay, so you can, okay, so all the summary here like this. Okay, so whatever it is. So one format, I can even try to send it to you, but I don't know whether it is good to send my profile also or not, right? So just, you use it. Okay, so
Recording in
there are a
progress.
lot of formats. Ultimately, your experience, your skills should go into the resume. That's it. Okay, I will send you 2 3 formats. Using that in this weekend, you can sit and prepare your resume. Okay, so that is what it is, right? So I really, and only one thing that I want to tell you here is don't put anything in the resume that you don't know. Ideally, first page you should have objective and then some of the summary here like this, what and all Jenkins, Eclipse or IntelliJ, XPath, CSS, all that, and then some of the manual testing points also. What is your education? And see, education, if you have good percentage, put percentage. If not, then just put simply Bachelor of Engineering from so and so university, so and so, branch. Percentage, if it's not good, leave that. Branch also, if it is not relevant, like you might have done civil engineering or electrical, like that, don't put the branch also. Just put Bachelor of Engineering from so and so university. Leave branch if branch is not computer science, information science, electronics, like that. If it is not good percentage, leave the percentage also. Only put this much, that's it, like this. Okay, and then your experience, then skills, make some wonderful table here. Test management tool is Jira. Scripting languages, what and all scripts you know, core, Java, Python, right? Databases, anything you know, you put all this. some of the roles and responsibilities I've given here. I will add few more. I will add and share it. Don't worry. Relevant ones to our course, whatever you have learned here. So please work on this. I will share this. I think I've already shared it. Make something like this. Template can be anything. Okay, anything can be the template. Hmm? So template can be anything. It is just that you have to use, you have to showcase your resume proper way. Don't put anything that you don't know. That is one advice I can tell you. Okay, so please make your resume and then share it with me. I will surely do a review of that. Okay, and then I will give you the feedback. Right, I can share some of the templates also with you. Right, and there are some websites, they will charge you some 99 or 199 like that. You can enable once and then create some templates, the one that I shown you, right? So where you can add photo and all, then content is fine, any content you can put. Resume should not be more than 2 pages. Okay, remember that, not more than 2 pages. No, don't make it as a booklet and all. Don't put too many projects and all. Yeah, that's what it is. 2 years, 3 years experience you can still put with whatever course you have done here. 3 years experience you can still put. All right. So with that, I will take a pause here now. Right. So over to you. A quick 1 minute or 2 minutes for each one of you. I know it's late, especially for Soumya. Sushma is now in Nepal. Sean and others. I will just keep it simple now. Uh, I know this last 1 or 2 sessions were a little bit rushing, but otherwise the course would never end. Believe me. Right. We have to somewhere we have to push the accelerator. Otherwise, it will keep dragging like this. Okay. I will give one or 2 minutes to each one of you. Please share your honest feedback, right? How it is, right? What went well, what did not go well. All this, whatever you have learned so far. I know last 1 or 2 sessions were a little rushing, but other than that, right? Overall, 4 months feedback. Yeah, I will start from Sean. Sean, go ahead, please.
Um, where to start? Um, well, so I just want to express my sincere gratitude to you um, for learning Java and then the Selenium training that you provided. Um, over the course of the training, I think I've learned quite a lot, particularly in different types of skills set, like building the what was that? Um, the page object models, and then the XPath, the CSS scouters, and WebDriver, and so on and so forth, right? So, so that helped me significantly, and so it's sort of like boosted confidence in the automation testing. So I guess I really appreciate how you made that complex topics into an easy way to make us understand, and sort of gave us a hands-on and mirror it with the real world, that how the scenarios are passing. So yeah, just so thank you for being patient and putting your dedication with us and answer all of our questions. So do appreciate that quite a lot from you.
Good, good, good. So, how did you find it overall, Sean? I know I'm not sure whether you attended other trainings outside before this or any other trainings, but this was really a classroom kind of a training, right? So, how did you
Right.
find this?
It's I've not experienced this before, but so this is sort of my first time, but it's pretty welcoming. So I enjoyed it attending the class, and it had a nice setting and futuristic environment. So we learned quite a bit on here with you.
Good, good, good. So I appreciate you also, you and Sushma, especially because you are attending it from US and then it will be always late, right, for you. I really appreciate the patience, your eagerness, both of you, right, the energy levels, right, patience, yeah. Good, good. You were always open and then asking good questions. Yeah, good, 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 good from here also, right? Cool. That is really, really good. Sean, thanks to you. Yeah.
Thank you.
If you still have any feedback to share, please feel free. Right? You have my email ID, all of you. Yeah. So please. Uh, yes. So please make sure that keep in touch. And anytime if you need anything, reach out to me. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sure.
Always you can reach out to me. Right. So it is again the same thing. Tutor Patil at gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This one. Yeah. And feel free if at all if you want to share anything. If you're not able to share it over here openly, I would encourage open feedback. But if at all you want to share anything, share it personally also over the email, and I will incorporate that. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
Good. All right. Thank you. I really also enjoyed right teaching to all of you. Right. So thanks to you, Sean, attending late nights. Right. Good. Really appreciate. You have to make use now. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now your term starts. You have to make use whatever you have learned. Put
Yes.
it in action.
Yes.
You're already in testing. Switching to automation will not be a problem for you. You just have to start now.
Yes.
Correct. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. Kala. So you want to go next? Maybe quick feedback.
Yes, sir. Over the last 4 months, like, really enjoyed the class and learned a lot, sir. Now it's time for practice. Like I missed last week, so I have to
Correct.
practice now. But
Correct.
other than that, overall, I enjoyed the class, sir. Thank you so much.
Good. So how was your what was your confidence level earlier, and now where do you stand, Kala?
Yes, sir. From Java to the frameworks now, I am able to understand from my project also, sir. They're already doing so a little bit. I'm able to understand, so I'm very pretty happy with that, sir.
Good. Okay. Cool. So I think you also, Kala, now in a better position. You can switch into you already into project there. You are maybe working on manual testing. Now with
Ye-
this knowledge, you can surely switch on to automation.
yes, sir. In the current project itself, I can switch, so I'm really happy with that, sir.
Right. You can talk to your lead manager. Then try to make a switch.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah. Anytime in the future, if you have any questions, concerns, if you want to learn anything extra or have some doubts, always reach out over email.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, and all of you, if you have any of your friends, colleagues, if they also want to learn, please refer them. If you're happy, refer. If you're not happy, then don't refer. And then, as I said, I also have plans to teach Python, not Python, Playwright, even Python also. Let's see if at all I can do that. Playwright, TypeScript is what I'm immediately planning. Then a little bit on the AI side also I'm planning. So if anything is there, I will surely let you know. I will also let the institute know. But you can be in touch always over the email if you want to learn. API, REST API, all of that I'm planning. Let's see. Good. Okay. So thanks, Kala, for the feedback. Shruti, you want to go next?
Yes, sir. Like, yeah, first of all, thank you, sir, for teaching me from like basic to advanced level. As I told, like I'm new to Java and like I was not able to write the code also. From your teachings, I was able to understand and write the from basic I could able to, and also in Java, starting from oops to collections, yeah, I was able to understand Selenium also, finding the locators and
Correct.
understanding the frameworks structure. Yeah, it was good to me, and yeah, from all these understandings, like I was able to prepare for the interviews and yeah, able to crack the job also, sir. Yeah,
Good,
thank
good,
you
good.
for that.
Good, really good. I'm happy that you already got the job, right? So whatever you have learned here will surely help you, believe me. Day in and day out,
Thank
it
you.
will help you, right?
Mm,
So
yeah,
please make the most out of it. And then if you have any feedback or anything that you want to share, keep in touch over email.
yeah,
Just say
sure.
that, just say that I'm say Sushruti, I'm from your morning batch. I will be able to recollect. I will be getting a lot of emails, but if you just put your name and batch
Okay.
duration and all, surely I will recollect all my students. Yeah.
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good, good. That really happy. So yeah. So when you want to learn next things,
Yeah.
API, all the other stuff, right? So I will let you know. Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Let's
Yeah.
be in touch. Good. Thanks, Shruti. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Moving on, Nikhila. Yes, Nikhila. Want to go next?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you so much for these classes, sir. Why? Because this is the third time I'm learning Java and automation.
Oh, okay.
But before I don't have much knowledge also.
Hmm.
Even after that, my husband want to push me in this, but I said I don't. But
Hmm.
at the time of started to learning, I mean listening your classes and all. Now I got the confidence and all. Now I have an interest also, sir, to do.
Good, good.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, before this, I don't want to choose this career also, sir.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I was trying to do the some IT recruiter or medical coding side jobs or something. I thought like that
Hmm.
because I was not understand Java and automation and all, sir. But
Hmm.
now I am happy, sir. I will
Oh,
start my career in this. I got that
good.
confidence, but I want to learn more. I want to repeatedly watch your videos and all, and I want to learn a lot. Actually, now I am getting an interest to learn.
Good.
So, yeah, I will follow in this. Yes, sir.
Please, please
Yeah,
put some
yes,
more
sir.
effort. I
Yes,
really
sir. Yes,
appreciate
sir.
your effort also. I
Yes,
can
sir.
see that you are the person who mostly attended all the sessions except one or two,
Ye-
right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Maximum
No,
attendance.
no, sir. Not except one, two. Also, I was attended every class.
Every class. Okay,
Yes, sir.
100%
In
attendance.
starting days, I was not joined. I joined as a late, 4 5 classes after I was joined. And on the day of joining, every day I was attended each and every class also.
Good, no? Good, good, good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yes,
Nice,
sir.
nice, nice. No, it's
Yes,
really
sir.
good. Good, to have a student like you. Yeah, so I really
Yeah.
appreciate your efforts.
Actually, sir, I every time I asked my husband, teach me. What he said, if you can ask doubts, I will explain. I don't know how to teach. He don't know how to teach, sir. So before that, I don't know how to ask doubts also before these classes. Now
Correct.
I have a much stuff and I am asking what is this, what is that, and he is also telling, and I am comparing that what you said, everything. So I am happy with this. Yeah.
Correct, correct. So see,
Yes.
teaching is always a skill. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
once,
Everyone will not teach.
not everyone.
Everyone will don't have that skill, sir. That
Correct,
is
correct,
the yeah.
correct. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good, good,
So
good, good.
I'm so happy, sir. Even few classes, my husband also listens, sir, in front of me. Yeah, he's telling very nice. He is also give the feedback to me. He's telling you this is the chance you learn you much. He suggested me like this. Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct.
Yes, sir.
Good, na? Good,
So
good, good.
good, sir. Very good, sir.
Nice, nice.
And if I have any doubts, I will reach you in mail,
Please,
sir.
please,
Yes,
please, please reach out. I will surely help you. No worries.
yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So all the best to you, all of you basically. Right. So
yeah.
at least
Thank
some
you
of
so much.
you who have to get the job, you and Soumya, rest are already there. Right. So
Yes, sir. Yes,
put some
sir.
efforts. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. All right, good. So Soumya, over to you. Thanks, Nikhila.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thanks to you, sir, first of all, for explaining us. And it's not a regular class, sir. You're always ask us, sir, whether we got it or we understand or not. So
Hmm.
that's the also very like not like regular classes. It's like a conversation between you and us, sir.
Right.
So that's also very nice, sir.
Good.
And also I got a confidence, sir. I don't know like automation testing and all.
Uh-huh.
So now I got a picture, a picture what is what,
Hmm.
so that I can practice, sir.
Good. Good.
Yes,
Good.
sir. So thanks to you only, sir.
So how is your
So
confidence now?
now it's our turn, sir, for
Correct.
practicing and like to crack a job and all.
Correct. 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 Yes, you have to start now. Hmm?
Yes.
Good. 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 So how is your confidence now, Soumya?
Yes, sir. Now it's okay, sir. Now better, sir.
Better? Good.
Yes, sir.
Cool. No, really good. Really happy. You were also more or less attended almost all the sessions. I could see that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So all
Daily.
of you. Yeah, all of
Yes.
you have been
Mm-hmm.
listening. I know, it was little difficult for some of you with kids, family, and all, right, to attend.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So, but still you managed, right? I really appreciate that. Yeah, good, good. Okay, so all the best. Keep in touch. Okay, so this batch is ending now. Officially, I'll declare it as done. If any one or two small topics are left over, leave that. I would say leave that. This otherwise it will never end. Okay, so we just have to continue. That's it. Move on. Okay, I will share some resume formats. I will share that pipeline scripts also. Work on that. I will also upload the BDD with the page object model. Right? Maybe I'll do it today, tomorrow, and then your term starts now. Your time starts and start working. Okay, make your resume, share it with me. I will review it and give any pointers, right? And then let us start. Yeah. All right. Good luck, guys. And we will not be meeting from tomorrow. Yeah. So yes, it was a routine that was said, but that's how it is. We'll move on. Right. Another batch will start now. Okay. Very soon. Right. If you have anybody, please refer them. Okay. All right.
Sir,
Thanks again. Yes, John.
just one question, sorry. I
Yeah.
think she just dropped off. She couldn't join back, so she just
Correct.
messaged me.
Correct. I was just seeing that.
Yeah, Sushma could not join back. She was
Who is
just,
that? Sushma, right?
yeah.
Okay, I have to drop. I will give
Yeah.
9 out of 10. This class, looking forward to learning. Okay, so she's saying that.
Oh no,
So,
she was just asking that is there any chance you would be probably teaching API or the
yes,
Python
yes.
maybe?
I
I would
surely
be
have a plan
interested
to
in
do
that
it.
as well. So,
Correct, correct. It is just that you have to be, in touch over email. I will surely
okay,
keep you posted.
okay,
Yeah.
sure,
So I will surely start API as well as Playwright very soon.
okay,
Then
got it,
after that, AI related stuff also will follow.
got it. Yeah,
Python also will see maybe later.
yeah.
API will start because there's some demand for that, I can say. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sure. Good, good. I keep in touch over email, huh, all of you, and institute also will keep you posted. Or if you're even in touch with me personally, also it's fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good, good. It was really good. Thanks again, all of you. Yeah, all the best. Keep in touch and work now. Now the time has come. You have to start working now. Only attending is not sufficient. You have to sit and write the code and run. You have to create pipelines. You have to create the repositories. You have to do all that yourself. Yeah. All right. Thank you then. Good luck. Keep in touch, and we will see when to meet next time. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.
Sir, a BDD with the page file you'll
I
be
will push
sharing
it.
in Git, right,
Yes,
sir?
yes. I will push it to my GitHub today or tomorrow max.
Yeah, sure, sir. No problem.
Yeah. Resumes, pipelines, all of that I'll push it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed joining the class, and we will miss this routine for sure,
Don't
sir.
worry. Yes, yes. I'm also thinking now. I'll be missing all of you, good students. Yeah. So, but that's how it is. Keep in touch. But if you are this course, if it is able to help you to excel in your career, that's what I want. Right. Good, good. All right.
So
Thanks,
thanks once again.
everyone. Thank you. See you. Good luck then.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
sir.
day. Bye.
Bye.